Hi, I'm Roman from the company Solarcleano. Today I have the chance to receive not only a customer, a partner, but also a friend, Kim from the company Solarco Cleaning, a cleaning company in Belgium. And so at Solarcleano, as a provider and suppliers of robotic solutions, it's always a pleasure to exchange a bit, to have the feedback of our partners and customers. Um, so Kim, thanks for coming.
Yeah,
Thanks
happy to be here.
for your time.
Yeah.
Kim, if I can go straight to the point, I would even ask you, how did you come up with the idea of Solar Cleaner with robotics cleaning?
Well, basically, I've been an electrician. I've been self-employed electrician for more than, I think it was 15 years now. And about 3 years ago, I know a lot of installers, and I know that they were talking a lot about this problem, the soiling on the panels. And then I started this idea together with a good friend of mine to start a solar panel cleaning company. At that time, that was strictly residential on a Saturday, but that quickly turned into something much bigger than that already.
Interesting, but how could you explain that the cleaning business is not something that it was so common in the last 5 years? It's something that we see more and more, not only in Belgium but also everywhere. How could you explain that this business is growing so much that there is such a demand for these cleaning needs?
It's a fact that there's a huge problem with the education in the market, especially when installers themselves are trying to explain to homeowners that the installations don't need to be cleaned. But cleaning is necessary, and look around. There's a lot of solar panels, residential, commercial, utility. And we know already that these panels need to be cleaned, but now it's up to us to inform the people that.
Yeah, definitely, you're right. We've noticed also at Solarcleano, when we started, we wanted really to develop a robotics machine, but we did not expect to have such a high demand. We did not expect to see such a high level of cleaning business all over the world. And we also learn a lot from the market. We've seen that in every country, the way of cleaning is different. The way of thinking about the cleaning is different. For example, if you look in countries in the US, where they still think that rain makes the job, in some countries, like in France or in Germany, that's a total opposite way of thinking. So it's quite interesting.
Yeah, and the market is changing fast. We see a lot of floating installations now appearing. The industry is changing a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what is also, maybe we didn't talk about it yet, but what would be interesting also for me to know is how did you come up with the Solarcleano robots? You've said that you had this link with the electronic, this activity, but why this kind of machine, and why didn't you stay with manual brushes? Why didn't you go for big tractors machines, for example?
So I started doing residential, then it quickly turned into commercial cleaning. First we were using the typical brushes, water fed pole, osmosis system, etc. But we quickly saw that was very labor intensive.
Definitely.
Imagine if you have to go clean a roof installation with 2,000 panels and you have to do that with a typical brush, then you would be cleaning a few days.
Yeah.
So we were looking for ways to improve the efficiency of our business. And one way or another, I think Google led me to you guys.
Okay, so it means that we have a nice SEO.
Yeah.
That's cool. And that's always interesting. To see where we come from, where we are right now. But if we talk about the future, what do you expect from Solarco Cleaning in the future? How do you see yourself? In 10 years with or without this robotics machine?
We're pretty ambitious. We really want to be the number one cleaning company when it comes to commercial cleaning. That's a segment that we really want to focus on. Commercial, but also the floating solar industry.
You're right. If you look in Europe, for example, you compare. We've learned a lot from all different customers, and we've seen that in countries such as in the US or in Southeast Asia, you already work with huge ground-mounted installations. But when we focus on Europe, you have a huge potential for the rooftops. Yeah. And that's where I see a lot of potential also for our robots that are used a lot for the rooftops. Even if, for example, in your case, Belgium is a small country, you have a high amount of rooftops to be cleaned. And it's not only this, you talk about floating. In Europe, we're investing in floating business. And I would even say that the cleaning business is growing in parallel with the solar business, because every countries are investing so much. So, I mean, that's a nice opportunity of business to invest in.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing a lot on social media and LinkedIn, and every time I post some videos about our little robot here, I get a lot of engagement from all the corners of the world.
But do you think, I mean, personally, that's what I feel, but do you really think that this social media, this way of this kind of innovation will bring you more, I would say more business, will bring you more projects to clean, because you have something that can bring interest, something that, everybody, it's robotics and everybody like innovation and robotics. But do you think that by promoting, by showing just this, you will get more interest? Or it's kind of same if you...
I already noticed that. That's quite obvious every time I post this on LinkedIn, that there's a ton of interest being shown, a lot of engagement. Especially in Belgium, it's kind of really new.
Yeah, definitely.
So most of the people know cleaners with the typical brushes, but when they see such a robot in a video, that's
I was maybe wondering also, I mean, we have some customers that are also, they come from the window cleaning business. Then they decide they see a big opportunity in the solar business. And in Belgium, in your market, do you see a potential market for this robot for the cleaning of big canopies of flat windows, or your main goal is really to focus on the solar?
Yeah, my goal is to focus on solar, but I know a few big window cleaning companies that have already shown interest in this technology. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So, Romain, you've asked me a lot of questions, but I'm going to ask you another question. I see that this industry is changing rapidly.
Yeah, definitely.
4 years ago, I don't think the robot existed by then.
No.
We already see it evolving this way. What's coming up?
That's a good question. I mean, that's the biggest part of Solarcleano. We have to think every day about the future. And that's why I always say that innovation is part of our DNA. In a way that you have this machine that is excellent, I would say, for specific business and so on. However, we've noticed that for some markets where you have huge installations of hundreds of megawatts, for some markets where you can only do dry cleaning, we need to go for automations. We need to find a way to get rid of this remote control.
Yeah.
And for this, we have managed to do it now. It's being implemented in some huge rooftops. And also there is a big revolution for Solarcleano. This is the Solarcleano B1, this machine that you're gonna use for cleaning huge ground mounted installations. However, this is mainly a business for, I would say, for the South America, Southeast Asia, where you have these huge installations.
Yeah.
However, I mean, as I told you different times, this is the fourth version of the Solarcleano, and our main goal is to continue improving it.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a specific inclination for cleaning, but we want to increase this inclination. We want to be able to meet all your needs. That's globally the idea.
Okay. So that will be around. So if I would ask you how you're going to make me happy for 20, 30 years with this thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. That's
Good to know. Good to know.
There is maybe one specific question that we didn't talk about yet, Kim. I mean, we saw about your business, the cleaning industry, but so many things. But one key point that I really like to know is, like, according to you, what are the main benefits of these robots for the cleaning and so on?
For me, that's quite obvious. Efficiency. I cut my labor cost in half or more. Which is already the biggest benefit there. When I was using another system, I'm going to mention them by name, but I was using these rotating brushes, but they were using around 1,350 liters of water per hour. So that's a huge water consumption. And this thing is not that much.
Yeah, compared to the money that you can save in some cases, I mean, that's huge. Definitely. Yeah. I mean, I think it can make your life easier at some point, like when you have to work the whole day with a manual brush at some point.
You come home dead tired if you have to do that an entire day. That's what I noticed. Yeah. And this is completely, this is not really automated, but it's remote controlled. And once you have this thing on the installation, it's
And there is maybe also, if I could add, the safety part. I mean, at some points where you have to get access to difficult access where you're not really on the safety position. Here, you leave the robot, and maybe with the camera or something else, you can control everything from distance, which is the key point. Yeah, I mean, that's always interesting for me, for Solarcleano and so on, to have this experience back, because as I used to say, it's only based on the feedback from our customer, from our cleaners, from our partners, that we can really improve our solutions. I mean, if you see at this solution, it has been developed 4 years ago, and it's already the version 4. So our main idea is really to get this feedback like you and to improve it. And yeah, in any case, I wish you all the best for Solarco Cleaning, and I thank you so much for your time
Happy
today.
to be here.
I would really appreciate to have your feedback. And as I've said, let's make the cleaning business grow more and more.
Yeah.
And thanks again.
Thank you again.